They've served their time. Do we want to disenfranchise them for a mistake they made for the rest of their lives? Do we never want them to vote? I don't understand it. Second chances matter.
We're going to start with the biggest news that you've made over the past couple of weeks, which is restoring voting rights for about 200,000 nonviolent felons. Why?
And violent. I did everybody. I did the whole shoot match, 206,000 folks. When I ran for governor, I said I'm going to do everything I can to restore the rights of these individuals. I made drug possession nonviolent. I got rid of paying court costs because I thought it was part of the poll tax. But as I got into the process, I said, this is ridiculous. These people have served their sentence. They're done with parole or pardon, whatever they had. They're back in society. They have families. They're working. They're paying taxes. Why wouldn't we want them to vote? You want people to feel good about themselves. And we had a horrible history in Virginia going back to 1902. They wrote the Constitution specifically, and the state senator was on the floor saying we're going to deny the darky the vote and talked about white supremacy and all that. So I was able, through the action, to really erase a lot of bad things that had happened in the course of Virginia. But the bottom line is, I had the legal authority and I had the moral authority, and I took it. It was the right thing to do.
What about the other side, the Republicans, who say you did it to help your buddy Hillary, thinking that these people will likely vote for her in 2016?
This had nothing to do with politics. If I were to do it for political reasons, I would have done it last year when I had control of my entire General Assembly up, and I was trying to pick up one seat. All I would have needed was 1,500 votes. First of all, Hillary's going to win Virginia. We won the primary by 29 points. Democrats have won the last 6 statewide elections in Virginia. So if I were going to do it for politics, I would have done it last year. As governor, you got to step up and do the right thing.
Well, why didn't you do it sooner?
I had to make sure I had the legal authority to do it, but as I was telling you, I've gone through a process of changing the form and getting rid of the court fees and all the other issues around that. And I got to a point, and I saw Governor Beshear on the way out the door in Kentucky. He did this, and I started thinking after he did it, let's see if we can do that in Virginia. It took a while to get the legal authority. As soon as I knew I had the legal authority, I was ready to take that action. It had nothing to do with Hillary.
But the Republicans are going to keep coming after you.
Good, what do I care? As governor, I got to do morally what is the right thing to do. And I told him the other day, quit complaining and go out and earn the vote. We don't know how these folks are going to vote, but you clearly will not get their vote if you continue to demonize them. Go earn their vote. We have had, and I've had to veto a lot of bills in Virginia where they've continually tried to roll back voting rights to make it harder for people to vote. The Republicans of the General... It's happening nationally, and it's happened in Virginia. They want a democracy with fewer voters. Guess what? I'd like a democracy with more voters. They think if they can disenfranchise voters that they will deny Democrats access. They think they'll all come out and vote Democrat. Why? I don't get it. We're the greatest democracy on earth. Why would you possibly not want everybody to come out and vote? And the folks, the felons I'm talking about, I'm not giving them back their gun rights. I'm not reducing their sentence. I'm merely saying after you served your time, which was determined by a judge and a jury, and you're done with parole, you're back out, you're done with the legal system, I want you feeling good about yourself.
Researchers have looked at the number of former felons that have come out to actually vote in North Carolina, which passed a similar executive action or legislation, and it showed that they didn't actually come out and vote. Are you planning any measures to actually get these people to vote?
We have had to bring other folks from other departments into the Secretary of the Commonwealth's office to deal with the phone volume of folks calling in asking how they can get their rights restored. There was a woman who hadn't voted in decades. She was the first one to fill out that form, and she came up and had her picture taken away. It warms your heart. This is why you get into politics, to actually help people. I just don't understand the argument. Why don't you want these people to vote? Give me one reason. They've served their time. Do we want to disenfranchise them for a mistake they made for the rest of their lives? Do we never want them to vote? I don't understand it. Second chances matter.